Good morning, students. Today we are going to see 8th Standard English Supplementary Reader Crossing the River, written by Manoj Das. At first, we see the author introduction about Manoj Das. Manoj Das, born 1934, in an award-winning Indian author who writes in Odisha and English. In 2000, Manoj Das was awarded with Saraswati Samman. He was awarded Padma Shri in 2001, the fourth highest civilian award in India for his contribution in the field of literature and education. Kendra Sahitya Akademi has bestowed its highest award, Sahitya Akademi Award Fellowship. His deeper quest led him to mysticism, and he has been an inmate of Sri Aurobindo Ashram in Puducherry since 1963. So, Manoj Das was an award-winning Indian author who wrote in Odisha and English. In 2000, he got award with Saraswati Samman. And 2001, he got award for Padma Shri, that is the fourth highest civilian award in India. He got that award Padma Shri for his contribution in the field of literature and education. Then Kendra Sahitya Akademi award he got. Then he stayed the Sri Aurobindo Ashram since 1963. Do you understand, students? So now let's see the supplementary crossing the river. Crossing the river. The celebrated Pandit had many disciples and admirers. Among them was the landlord of area who lived on the other side of the river. The landlord had commissioned a poor milkmaid, Moti, to supply a tumblerful of milk to the Pandit every day in the morning. The milkmaid discharged her duty faithfully day after day. She crossed the river by the help of a berry boat and returned home in the same way after delivering the milk at the Pandit's household. Often the Pandit himself received the milk, Moti frustrated before him. So, there is a Pandit. He had many disciples and admirers. One of the followers who was a landlord who lived on the other side of the river. So the landlord commissioned a poor milkmaid, her name is Muti, to supply a drumful of milk to the Pandit. In every morning, who told this the landlord. So the milkmaid Moti discharged her duty every day without fail to give the milk. So every day she would cross the river to reach the Pandit house and give the milk. One day he used to travel with the help of he traveled the boat. That boat name is berry boat. After the giving, he returned to that same boat, berry boat. Sometime Pandit also come and get the milk. After receiving the milk, Moti falling flat in the ground before him. She did not fail in her duty even if on smoke days it rained heavily. What a great privilege it to serve a great Pandit, she would tell those toil who would sympathize with her for the continuous toil. The Pandit was an eloquent speaker. Whenever he gave a discourse, hundreds of people gathered to listen to him. The milkmaid too made it a point to stand behind the audience. Not that they understood much, but she was sure that the Pandit was speaking about God and truth and similar tough and complex matters. How much knowledge the man must be possessing to hold so many people spellbound for hours. Only one who is very near to God and truth can command such wisdom. She thought. She was happy that she made a humble contribution towards the bandit's physical well being by regularly supplying him with pure milk. So, here she will never fail to her duty even in the smoke days and rained days. She proud himself to serve a great bandit. Some days somebody asking about why you hardly to serve this bandit. He telling them she would tell those tale who would sympathize with her too for the continuous toil. So the Pandit was an eloquent speaker. That means the eloquent, expressive. So the Pandit was an eloquent, expressive speaker. One day he speaking. He spoke communication. Whenever he have a spoken communication, hundreds of people gathered around him and listening to his speech. So the milkmaid also standing behind the audience and listening to his communication, speaking. She will not, the milkmaid did not understand what he was speaking, but he sure that the bandit was speaking about God and truth and similar tough and complex matters. So he was very proud to thinking about how much knowledge he getting and that kind of knowledge only gathered the audience, he believed. So she thought she was happy that she made a humble contribution towards the bandit's physical well-being by regularly supplying him with pure milk. So how much knowledge the man must be possessing to hold so many people spellbound for us. Only one who is very near to God and truth can command such wisdom. So she think about he has a lot of knowledge and that only he is very near to God and truth can command such wisdom, she thought. So she was very happy because he every day he gives milk and supplying milk to milk to the bandit. So he think about her contribution. Her contribution is towards the pandit. No, so pandit for physical well-being by regularly supplying is with poor milk. So she was very happy. Even if the landlord fails to pay me for the milk and may labor, I will not fail in my duties, she resolved. So, the landlord, so she will never fail to her duty, even in smoke days and rain days. She always telling the landlord, she already landlord told about bandit and he give money for his supplying the milk, no. So the milkmaid Moti thinking that without fail for money to give her duty, I will not fail in my duty. So she determined to do something to the bandit without fail for money. So one day, while receiving the milk, the bandit told Moti, "Woman, can you bring the milk at least an 1 hour before the sunrise for only a month? I am under your vow for performing a certain ritual for which I need the milk that yearly." So the one day bandit tell her milkmaid named Moti. Moti, woman, can you bring the milk at least and 1 hour before the sunrise for only a month? So he said, a month, please give your milk before the sunrise he asked. So the milkmaid also, I am under a vow of performing a certain ritual for which I need the milk that yearly. So in the bandit said, I'm going to performing a certain ritual, that means a religious for festival, so please give milk yearly before the sunrise. um, can you supply for me? So he asked. So the milkmaid said, I will do as you say, master. The milkmaid assured him enthusiastically. So the milkmaid, very interested and enthusiastically said, I will supply for you, master, he said. I will do as you say so, master, the milkmaid assured him enthusiastically. I But the next day, by the time she reached the bandit's house, it was already daybreak. Burden me, master, for my lapse, but that what good I do, said the milkmaid apologetically. I was present on the bank of the river long before sunrise, but the boatman did not turn up that early, even though I had informed him of the need for across the river while it was still dark. He said, since the river is in spat, it would not be possible for him to ply the boat in darkness. So she said, but the next day, the time she reached the bandit house, it was already daybreak. But next day, she did not come on the time. She come late. So he said, burden me, master, for my lapse. So he said to the bandit, please forgive me. And but what good I do, said the milkmaid apologetically. So he sorry for the bandit and said about what can I do, master, because of his late. I was present on the bank of the river long before sunrise, but the boatman did not turn up that early, even though I had informed him of the need of his across the river while it was still dark. So the milkmaid said, master, already that evening I already you told so that way I presented in the river bank early in the morning, but the boatman not come there. Already I told him about his about your present, about your ritual, but he will not come, master. What can I do, she told. So the boatman said, he said, since the river is fat, it would not be possible for him to speak. The boatman is darkness, he told the bandit. Do you understand, students? So we will see rest of the lesson on the next class, students. Thank you.